Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures. Episode 78, Boulder's Express Route. Gordon was feeling very ashamed. "Oh dear," he said, "if I had only listened to my driver, I wouldn't be stuck in this shed with you engines." All the engines found this offensive, except Henry. "Pa," said Henry, "it was your own fault that you didn't listen to your driver." "And plus," said Percy, you made the Duke very cross at you." "Yes, indeed," said Toby. He's very mad at you now. You ruined his best flowers of the season." "I didn't mean to," said Gordon. "I didn't know that the track was so slippery." "Liar, liar, pants on fire." "Does he wear pants?" "Who knows," said James. Said Percy. "Maybe training pants." Everybody laughed. "Oh, what? Be quiet," said Gordon. "That's none of your business." "It should be," said Oliver. "It should be," said Oliver. We care about one of each other," said Oliver. "Since we're all here in the shed, we just want to know what's going on." "Oh, nothing," he said. "I was just feeling foolish that day. I wish I could pull the express again, but Sir Topham Hatt would never allow it, and he was right." The next morning, Sir Topham Hatt came to the shed. "Gordon, you shall be staying in the shed for a couple of days as your punishment. The Duke is very mad at me, and I promised to give you a punishment." "That's all right, sir," said Gordon. "I deserve one." "However," said Sir Topham Hatt, "I need an engine to pull the express. Who would like to do it?" Henry and James both wanted to do it. "But you two did it yesterday." "Yes," said James. "We had lots of fun doing it." "And didn't we do well, sir?" "Yes," said Sir Topham Hatt. "In fact, you did." "Okay. Henry, you shall pull the express first, and James, you will take over. Henry, you will leave from Natford in a couple of minutes, and you will travel back to Natford at the end of the day. James, you will take the train from Natford to Elsbridge Station. Sound good?" "Yes, sir," said the two engines. Henry wanted to be off. He was very excited. "Wow," said Henry. "I never really get to pull the express that often. For 2 days in a row? Whew, I am a lucky engine." "Same with me," said James, and the two engines puffed out of the shed. Henry popped into Natford Station. "I have some other work to do, Henry," said James. "I'll be waiting for you when I get back, though." "All right," said Henry. "See you later." "See you later," said James, and James puffed away. "Hello, Stepney and Thomas. How are you doing?" "Good," they said. "You're in a good mood," said Stepney. "Yes, I am," said Henry. "I get to pull the express 2 days in a row." "Congratulations," said Thomas. "Thank you," said Henry. "What are you doing today?" "I have to take some trucks to the quarry." "But what about Annie and Clarabelle? That's why Stepney's here." "He's taking Annie and Clarabelle instead." "Ooh, very nice," said Henry. "Well, I will better be off. I don't want to be late." And Henry zoomed out of the station. The coaches were very impressed. "Oh," they said, "Henry is very fast." "Who knew that such a long green engine would be fast too?" "I did," said Henry, but he said it to himself. Henry was making great time. "Well done," said the driver. Henry was reminded of the time that he was pulling the flying kipper, and he crashed. "Ah, yes," said Henry. "This is the bend right up here, isn't it?" "Yes, it is," said the driver. They passed the bend, and Henry was reminded of his old memories. Do you remember," said Henry, that day I wished I could pull the express?" "Yes, indeed," said the driver. "Whoa, slow down, Henry. We've got trouble ahead, though." Indeed, they did. "Spencer," he said, "I need to get back to Natford Station. Could you please move out of the way?" "No, thank you," said Spencer. "I'm all right. I'm content staying right here." "But please," said Henry, "otherwise I'll have to go the long way around. The Duke's having a meeting at the docks here. He told me to stay right here. Can't you just move into that siding?" "No, thank you," said Spencer. "I'm all right here. There's enough sunlight to make my paint look nice." "Bother you," said Henry, and he chucked onto a different line. Spencer can be so selfish at sometimes. "Don't worry," said the driver. "We'll have to go the long way around, but let's give a chance to stretch your wheels." "You're right," said Henry. Henry had to go up the old viaduct, though. "I dearly hate this viaduct," said Henry. "It makes me feel nervous." "It does to me," said the driver, "but don't worry, Henry. Everybody's scared of something." Henry slowed down and he zoomed around the bend. "That was quite nice," he said, "and the view up there was very nice." "Yes, indeed," said the driver. Henry began singing because he was so happy. Unfortunately, there was trouble ahead. There was a storm that night, and Boulder and rock from under Boulder had begun eroding. He was now unsafe. Thumper was worried. "Oh dear," he said, "I must warn any oncoming engines that they must stop and take a different track." Henry, meanwhile, didn't personally care. He was singing so loud he didn't even hear Thumper. "Henry," said Thumper, "slow down." "What is it?" said Henry. Henry stopped right under Boulder. "Watch out! Boulder's beginning to fall." Henry suddenly had a flashback. He remembered the time that he was also pulling the express, and Boulder had fallen on him. This earned the nickname Hideous Henry, because his paint had been dented and chipped, and he did look very hideous. Henry didn't want this to happen again, and instead of thinking of all the other passengers, instead of himself, he pulled right out so that the express coaches were under Boulder, and Boulder fell right on down on top of them. "Oh dear," said Thumper, "look what you've done." The express coaches were dented, and many of the windows were broken. "This is terrible," said Henry. "I'm going to be in lots of trouble now." But the driver, fireman, or the guard didn't notice. "Uh-oh," they said. "Uh-oh," said Henry. "This is terrible." Henry continued along the way, but the passengers were cross. They highly disliked having their windows broken. Unfortunately, Henry was very scared. He was afraid if he told Sir Topham Hatt that Sir Topham Hatt would be very, very mad. However, he felt very bad if he blamed it on another engine. Henry came into the yard, and James was waiting for him. "Here you go, James," said Henry. He was in a very sad mood. "Thank you," said James, and he popped into the station. James didn't know that many other windows were broken. James puffed away. "What's the matter, Henry?" asked Thomas. "You look sad." "I am," said Henry, and he explained the situation. "Oh dear," said Stepney. "So you're stuck between two conclusions?" "Yes," said Henry. "I don't want to blame it on James, but I'm afraid if I tell Sir Topham Hatt, he won't think I'm very useful, and I want to pull the express." "I'm sure Sir Topham Hatt will think you're very useful," said Thomas, "if you tell the truth." "Yes," said Stepney. "Telling the truth is very important on the ThomasWoodenRailway." "You're right," said Henry. "I should stop thinking of myself. I must go stop James." And Henry raced away. James was going faster and faster. He went up over Gordon's Hill and down the other side. Henry, meanwhile, was chasing after him. "Wait, James, wait!" But James couldn't hear him. James puffed into Ellsworth Station very proudly, and there was Sir Topham Hatt. "Hello, Sir Topham Hatt," said James. "Hello, James. How are you?" "James, what's happened with the express coaches?" "What do you mean, sir?" said James. "All the windows are broken." "Why, bless me, they are." "Did you do this?" "No, sir," said James. "I swear I didn't." "I believe you, James, but how did this happen?" "Oh dear, I don't know. We should go find out." Just then, however, Henry came around the bend. "Sir Topham Hatt, wait! It was me." "Henry, it was you. What happened?" Henry explained the situation. "Oh," said Sir Topham Hatt, "that's all right. That storm last night was very bad, but I'm also very glad that you told the truth." "Am I in trouble, sir?" said Henry. No, Henry. It wasn't your fault. I know that you didn't want to get dented after you had done it once before. I can understand you. "Thank you, sir," said Henry. "Oh, I feel much better." "Telling the truth is very important," said Sir Topham Hatt. "If you don't tell the truth, it may build up inside, and it may cause you to feel very, very bad." "Yes, indeed," said Henry. "I'm glad I told you. Otherwise, well, I couldn't hold it inside." "Well, that was an exciting day," said James. "Henry and I both got to pull the express." "Yes, indeed," said Sir Topham Hatt. "You should be off, James." "Henry, it's all right that you broke the express coach's windows. At least he didn't crash like last time." And James